Hello, chemistry students. This is Mrs. Hawk with the final update for chemistry. We are headed into the last week of classes, and I'm so impressed with how much work you're getting done. Uh, the the things that we have done this semester are truly amazing. The things that you have done are amazing. We have learned so much, and when I set forth into this year, I set a couple goals. And if you look on the website, these are on the homepage. One is to appreciate the everyday chemistry phenomena that are in our lives. And I think we've really looked for places where we can see the milk and the food coloring and adding soap and trying to figure out what's really happening when water boils, which doesn't sound very exciting, but it can be when you look at it from a really molecular perspective. And then ultimately, or secondly, to prepare for future college classes. And these are the two pieces that I want us to be really thinking about as we're headed into these last 2 weeks. I've had a couple conversations in the last, I don't know, in our COVID time with some of our graduates who are off studying chemistry and finding out what kinds of things they're experiencing. And similar things, they're missing their labs, super missing labs, is what I'm hearing most about. And the other piece is there's some challenging things that you're going to study in your future chemistry classes. And there's going to be some really good study strategies that you'll want to take forward with you. This semester, the topics that we have done have been newer topics to us. The entire last unit on equilibrium and reaction rates was brand new. Those are topics that you maybe see again, that you will see when you do future chemistry classes. And I know that many of you are headed that direction. And so I want to make sure that you're ready for that. I'm also reminded of this story right here. 1986 Growing Pains, I didn't remember what the year was. And this character, Mike Seaver, stayed up studying really, really hard because he had one test he needed to pass in order to graduate from high school, I think the story was. And he wrote all the answers on his shoes all over the place. And then while he was taking the test, he didn't use any of the things that were on his shoes. After the test was done, he was super relieved. He sat down, he put his feet up on his desk, and then everybody could see where he had written his answers. And what I'm not telling you to do is to cheat. What I am telling you is the process of going through to study will help to prepare you for the future. And so going through and taking a look at the things that we've done in the past will bring it up one more time in your memory to hopefully help it stick a little bit better and give you a better shot at it when you see it again. So in the next slide here is I have some study strategies. What I have posted on Google Classroom is the Pearson textbook multiple choice. There are 7 or 10 questions from each of the chapters that we've done. And you can start wherever you'd like to start. They're numbered with the chapter number on it, and you can look backwards and see which order you would like to do it. At the end of each one of those, it will auto grade and give you tell you which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. And ultimately, I have it connected to put into Infinite Campus, but it's going into a category that is unlabeled, just to keep track of or ungraded. It's not going to count towards a grade, but it just keeps track of what kinds of things we're doing here at the end. I recommend that you grab your notebook and you grab your calculator and you take the notes that you've got from earlier in the semester and throughout the entire semester, and maybe make it. Usually in the past, we've used like one sheet of paper to use for the test. Of course, I'm not going to limit you to do just one piece of paper, but compile your notes in such a way that you review them, get out the highlighter, and identify which parts you're going to need to use in your future, or when you take your exam. And I'm looking at the final test with those two thoughts in mind. One, common everyday phenomena, perhaps. You might even learn something while you're taking it. And also in mind is reviewing the topics that we've done. Half of the test will be the current chapter that Mr. Liebakken has put together. It'll be about 25 points. In the past, it's been more like 40 to 50. It'll be about 25 points and they'll be doubled. And half of the test then will be previous units that will be 50 points, divided up pretty evenly between each of them because each one of them has been about the same length of time. The previous units will be open-ended questions with handwritten picture of your notes pages. And what I mean by that is when you do the problems that are in the test, I want you to write them on a piece of paper, solve them like you would solve them, and then take a picture of it to upload the picture of how it is that you solved the problems that are on your particular test. The Google Classroom will also allow it to run an originality report. And this will, the format is in 2 parts. The current chapter is on PH and the previous unit. So they'll go in as 2 separate scores on Infinite Campus. Now I would like to be helpful for you in this time. So the timelines look like this. May 18th, 20th, and 22nd from 8:30 or at 8:30 in the morning and 10 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to open up an open hours Zoom session so that you can come in this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which are day 2s, and ask questions about chemistry. I do also have those same times set up for biology on Tuesday and Thursday. So if you want to stop over any of those days, I'll be here. And if one of those doesn't work, you should contact me, see if we can set up something different. The test timelines. I believe Mr. Smith sent out the timelines for you. 5th hour will be on Thursday, May 28th, and your time frame for 5th hour will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that's it. So getting in and getting to work. Normally we've taken 75 minutes for a test for final exams, and this one will give you 2 hours to be able to do that. 6th hour will be in the afternoon from 12 until 2, and 7th hour on May 29th from 9 until 11. If you look down here at this little bit.ly, this is going to take you to the website that's called Chemistry Unit Resources. And on here, this is a website that you may choose to use instead of the study strategies that I put out there. I have a little description here as to what we have done in the past. Semester 2 was a cumulative exam over the previous whole year. This year, it is only going to be on the semester 2 topics so that you can focus a little bit more, and given our shortened time period to prepare for it. The extended time, though, you will have more time to work on it. And also found those Pearson multiple choice questions. This is the slideshow that I was just using. And this is a link to the units that we have done this semester, along with the front pages, study strategies for each one of those. I can't even believe this is done. This may be our 3rd year together for science. I can't even believe how far you've come. Some of you are just finished with the first half of your high school career. Some of you are totally finished on Friday. And some of you have 1 year left of high school, and I'm super excited to see where you go and all the things that you're going to do. And this is put out there because I know that you can do this, and you got this. And I appreciate the chance to be able to work with you on all of this. And I can't wait for Friday evening parade to see the seniors go through on their adventure. So, thanks guys. We'll see you later.